Right. So we last left off finishing the Ryujin mission top secrets, and we were able to secure the ship, the Datura, as well as the unique weapon, the Ember, which is a variant of the Solstice. And we have come to learn that there is someone leaking secrets at Ryujin, so let's pick up where we left off with background checks.
We haven't had a security...
Miss Amada. How can I help?
Cut the crap, Dalton. I'm sending an operative your way, along with some files to your computer.
I'll be ready.
Not for this one, but I trust you'll get it done. I trust you and Dalton will take care of this. I was elected CEO when my predecessor, Itaru Saito, was proving to be incompetent. He was jeopardizing our relationships with both the Freestar Collective and Benjamin Bayou, which would have made doing business extremely difficult for Ryujin. Just look at our position. We're based in Neon, a city controlled largely by Benjamin Bayou. And Neon is inside the Freestar Collective, controlled by the Council of Governors. I think the answer is obvious. The Council of Governors is a group of political and corporate elite that oversee the Freestar Collective. They institute the laws and have the Freestar Rangers to enforce them. And, of course, Administrator Bayou is one of them. We caught hostile operatives with Ryujin Tech a while back, and linked them to the Freestar Collective's Council of Governors. Saito was enraged. He wanted more than the usual compensation from the Freestar Collective. He wanted the truth. When the truth was refused, he went after Bayou, accusing him of knowingly condoning the Council's actions. The compensation should have been enough. To this day, I can only speculate on why the truth was so important. We caught hostile operatives with Ryujin Tech a while back, and linked them to the Freestar Collective's Council of Governors. Saito was enraged. When the truth was... the compensation... In an ideal world, yes, it's a goal I look toward. But a move like that isn't something that happens overnight. Unraveling the complex relationship would be years of work. So until it's no longer beneficial, I'm content to take it slow. I've been the CEO of Ryujin Industries for over 10 years now. I've also been lucky enough to continue and grow its success since I took the position. Dalton is our Chief Security Officer. He oversees everything. Employees, network, information, even the tower itself. Since I promoted him, we've decreased our security breaches by 96%. Only a handful of competitor operatives have set foot in the building, and our physical security was able to quickly subdue them. Ryujin has many enemies outside of the corporation. To be an enemy within and avoid detection takes a certain amount of skill that only so many of our employees possess. I do have suspicions, but feel it's too early to say at this time. Neuroamps make some people nervous because they can enhance your ability to influence others. But with the external appearance, people can always be aware of those who have them and may be using them. An internal neuroamp would be unnoticeable. Should it be used to influence someone, that person would be none the wiser. Our latest line of neuroamps were created to help with the user's self-image. They can boost confidence and the ability to communicate and think critically. Those types of improvements in competency can easily help influence others.
My career will be over at the Steel Force.
Good. You're here. So, thanks to your work in Sidonia, I'm told someone here has leaked information on Project Dominion to our adversaries at Infinity Ltd. A mole within the company means a failing in my department. We're initiating Security Directive Theta, which means a full sweep of every employee in this building, Masako and myself included. Directive Theta allows for a third party to conduct the sweep. This way, the results can be objective. We certainly are. Directive Theta has one unique case, and that's Ularu Chen. The directive calls for a specialized programmer known as Nix to investigate her. But he'll need your assistance for an unusual assignment. Ularu has the ability to thwart any investigation, so it's imperative she knows nothing about this directive. Her knowledge and talents are why she's the chief of operations. So she is the best equipped to evade detection. Believe me, if this mole slipped past us, it would have slipped past anyone. I won't go into the nature of our practices, but our methods are second to none. Nix will be giving you a program to run on Ularu's computer that will pull any data needed to prove her guilty or innocent. Your job is to infiltrate Ryujin Tower as an anonymous outsider in order to run this program. Completely off the books. This means your keycard will be turned off, and the security guards in the building will consider you to be trespassing. We employ over 100 members of our security team who rotate floors and shifts. It's possible you'll be recognized, but even so, my orders will be strict. Authorized security personnel only. And you certainly won't qualify, making you an immediate suspect. If you get caught, the guards will follow standard procedure and lock you up in a cell for questioning. Provided you don't provoke them. And I strongly advise against provoking them. These are your fellow employees. We want this to go as smoothly as possible. Directive Theta requires utmost secrecy for success. We don't know what connections the mole may have, so we can't risk informing our security team. If that's a joke, it isn't funny. We're trusting you to get this job done as discreetly as possible. In the meantime, I'll ensure all non-essential employees, Ularu included, have left the building, claiming routine security maintenance. During that time, I'll be unlocking access to the tower's ventilation system, which you can utilize to help avoid detection. I'm also issuing you a disruptor, which should help in avoiding casualties should a worst-case scenario turn up. Ularu doesn't know about Directive Theta, but she'll fully expect a building closure while we investigate. As far as she knows, it's standard procedure. One that she no doubt has already made accommodations for. This is why we're bringing in a third party. She won't be expecting to go up against Neon's best. And it's also why secrecy is of utmost importance. Not even our own security detail can know, in case the information leaks. It concerns me that you don't know. A disruptor is a non-lethal weapon. Our subsidiary, Arboron, makes an excellent one that I'll be issuing you. It will stun your target, giving you a chance to get away. But you'll only have so much time before the effects wear off. Let me remind you that not only are we talking about innocent people, but these are also your co-workers. It's in your best interest, as well as Ryujin's, to make sure that no one is harmed. You'll meet Nix at Madame Sauvage's place. He knows Directive Theta has been enacted. I'd hoped a day like this would never come. I'll be sending all the non-essential personnel home, claiming routine security maintenance. The only obstacle you'll have to deal with here are the security guards. Due to the secrecy of this assignment, we can't allow anyone to know what your true purpose is. If the guards catch you, they'll consider you trespassing. And since we can't allow any record of your presence, your keycard is being temporarily shut down. You're essentially breaking in. It's the intent behind it. Neuroamps are a technological breakthrough that's hard to argue. The vast majority aid in brain disease and regulation. The more controversial ones do more good than bad, so many accept the risks, much like weapons. Nothing good. Project Dominion has been plaguing me ever since Vina proposed the possibility. The security risks are baffling, and in the wrong hands, the repercussions for the settled systems would be horrifying. Nix is the only hacker to successfully break through our security. So naturally, we were quick to employ him. Unofficially, of course. Trust is not a luxury we can afford. With Nix, we rely on the power of credits and how much he values his own well-being. Between Benjamin Bayou and Ryujin, Nix lives a very comfortable life here in Neon. It would take a lot to jeopardize that. We only take on the best. And if the best should be one of the greatest hackers in the settled systems, then so be it. The Nova Blast Disruptor is a non-lethal weapon. If anyone spots you, it should incapacitate them long enough for you to get out of sight. These security guards are your fellow employees. I don't want any deaths involved. Good luck. We could all use it.
Keep out of my way and I'll keep out of yours.
Inside's a bad place for tourists these days.
Madame, Sauvages, Police, the Astral Lounge got you down. You're in the right place, baby. Everyone knows this is Neon's premier
only the upstairs.
Fine, upstairs. Yeah, back in the day, you would never. Ugh. Yeah, you used to be people were afraid of the Strikers. We had a name, got it? Now the disciples got us penned up in this lousy bar.
Andrea!
Fine, fine, fine. This beautiful establishment. Do you have anything else, or are we done with this? Whatever this is. I mean, the Strikers will rob you blind, and if you back us in a corner, you're gonna bleed. But the disciples? Pfft, total nutjob animals. They torture people for kicks. And the only people that kept them from getting out of control? Us. And now we're all but ruined. We were one of the big dogs. We could take what we wanted and no one gave us shit. And Briggs? Total class act. Not a psycho like the disciples. Now look at us. So you stroll in here and want to meet with Briggs? The nerve. Maybe you should meet with the business end of my shiv, huh, tourist?
No blood in my shop, Andrea. I'm this close to tossing the lot of you out on the street.
Fine, fine already. You're lucky. Only way you see Briggs is if you, want to join the Upside Strikers. Oh, nothing. Joining us now is great. People are banging down our door to go down with this ship. Then beat it. Don't mess with the strike.
No customer. Bienvenue. Before you order, I have 2 simple rules you need to know. Oh, this is my place. That means everyone in here is under my protection. You don't mess with them, they don't mess with you. Deux. If you're buying drinks, you better have cash. Madame Sauvage does not offer credit. Good? Ça c'est bon? Oh, well, thank you very much for the compliment. I'm told my family tree traces itself back to Europe, on Earth. Specifically the region known as France. A long and proud history, no? Quel dommage. Then, I suppose you'll just have to find somewhere else to drink. Hmm? Oui? Oh, this is my... Oh, well then, I'm honored to be your first, mon trésor. So, what can Madame Sauvage get you? Have you come to try velocity, perhaps? Or do you prefer something with a little less kick? It's nothing less than heaven in a glass. As though the universe itself was resting her lips on yours. My own personal creation. You want information? Go read a book. You want a drink? Talk to Madame Sauvage. That's how things work in my place. Of course, of course. Administrator Bayou has forbidden any place other than the Astral Lounge from selling Aurora. Now, if Euphorica wants to sell it in their members' lounge, or Legrand wants to mix it into blend, that's their choice. Moi? I prefer to stay off of Bayou's radar and keep Neon security off my back. Unfortunately, that will have to remain my secret for now. It's safe if the identities of the involved parties remain anonymous. Let's just say I was owed a substantial debt, and the bar was how I got paid, and leave it at that. On my home planet, we have beautiful beaches. And during certain times of the year, the ocean lights up in beautiful spectrums of color. Now, science will tell you that this is from tiny microscopic organisms that are emitting bioluminescent light. but I believe it's so much more. I think it's a dance, a celebration. It's nature's way of giving thanks to the sun for nourishment. It's breathtaking. That is the essence of velocity. It's a toast to nature and all its splendid wonders. A sudden merger of humankind to the cosmos. Au revoir. You good?
The strikers may be bad. Yeah, catch you later.
You want to join us? We're a gang. You understand that, right? Not some daring adventure bullshit you can brag to your friends about. We steal, we mug, we kill, if we have to. People that come to us have usually run out of options. So are you really interested? That's smart. Let me tell you about us. What makes the Strikers different is we're family. It's us against every goddamn thing the world can throw at us. If you're in, we'll go through hell and back for you.
It's been a little too much of that hell going round.
Vogel, not the time. We do everything we can to make sure everyone's got a roof overhead and fish in their belly. I prefer we fleece the marks, not kill them. Better for everyone in the long run. But you do what you gotta do. Ebside is where all the loser and sad stories end up, once Neon and Administrator Bayou has used them up. Surviving here ain't easy. Sometimes blood's got to flow just to get food based on your plate. But we only take what we have to. I really can't say I blame you. Andrea, let them in if they change their minds.
What? What are you looking at?
I don't suppose you've reconsidered.
Striker turf.
Not so fast. I gotta get to know you first. What would you bring to the Strikers? You can't know that for sure, can you? I'm not sure what your game is, but if you really want to join, there's a test. You're going up against the Disciples. Everyone in Ebside's been chewed up and ground up by Neon. Some people snap, and snap hard. The Disciples are maniacs, pure and simple. The test is to find out who has been arming those nutjobs with military-grade hardware. If you're a striker, it means the Disciples are gonna come after you hard. But you do this, we know you can hack it, and you're willing to risk your neck. Sensible. But I have a funny feeling about you. There's a warehouse they use. One of our friends said there's a slate there that has the info we need.
Oh, that's my job. I was going to go in and make them pay.
You want it? Too bad, Vogel. You go in there, and it's a bloodbath. I want someone that can snatch it from them. Ideally with them never even knowing it happened. Consider this your audition. Try not to get killed, new fish. Do what it takes to survive. You're no use to anyone dead. Madame Sauvage is a serious player in Ebside. For previous favors rendered, she's protecting us. And even the Disciples won't go against her. But we take one step outside, and all bets are off. I had another life, but I lost it all. Taken from me. Vogel and I were cast out on the street. We couldn't find work after months. Things got dark. So crime was the only option. We picked up misfits and unfortunates from there, but all of them fighters. Willing to do anything it takes. The Disciples have got the numbers. They've got the guns. What we have left are the diehards. But we are a family. We genuinely care about each other and have each other's back. So, we may be down, but we are not beaten. Try not to get yourself killed, all right?
You pulled this off? You know where to find me.
I know Briggs said, go quiet, or whatever. I say, take as many of the Disciple bastards out as you can. Don't blow it. It took weeks to find this lead. The job's about getting the slate. Focus on that. Don't blow it. It took weeks. The job's about getting the slate. Focus on that.
If you heard any of the Strikers, I will break you. If you hurt any of the strikers, I will break you.
I wasn't doing anything. Hey, get away. I really need to stop hanging out outside.
Strikers are upstairs, so we better be on our best behavior.
Have you been to the Astral Lounge? Borealis frickin' rocks.
Aurora, it's a mood. You feel me? Diostado's my dad's name. His dad before him. I used to go by Trey, but when the old man passed, I decided to do him a solid and wear the name without the Nick. Even back on Sol, my ancestors were island people. And Voli Alpha being an ocean world, I feel their spirits with me. I'm a free spirit, yo. A wanderer. I go wherever the wave takes me. But if there's two places I vibe with most, it's the bars and the market. Aurora's my mistress, but fashion's my heart, so I'm always checking in on the latest trends. When I was a kid, my parents used to dress me in these old man sweatsuits because it was all we could afford. But even then, my sense of style was always there, deep in the marrow. It got so bad I started cutting up my clothes to make my own. When I finally could afford some new threads, it was like meeting my soulmate in person after a decade of loving her from afar. Think so? I know people say the trends here are manufactured. Just more megacorp, technorati bullshit putting commercials in the sky. But the corps can put up 1,000 billboards and they still won't define what lights up the street. We do. Peace!
I hope you aren't here to cause any trouble.
Hey there.
Hey.
Mate, I love her music so much. You a fan of Borealis too? I vibe with that bird hard. She's a beast on the beats. And I love her. Got a track in me head right now. Boom! 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 Yeah, you hear it? It's bloody mood, innit? I just need some more Aurora so I can get me head bobbing with the wave. Find that zone. I don't need a job. I got a whole career following the goddess of the Astral Lounge. I can't stand being away from that place. And, but I can't listen to Borealis if I'm not zoning. That bird's song deserves the best eye Aurora can fly. A fan? Mate, I'm way more than that. I've been following her career since her club hopping days. I know every song, every lyric, and every beat. I can probably tell you the number of hairs on her head, if you care about that sort of thing. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing weird about it. I just vibe with her music on like a cellular level. You understand? In fact, I've made a whole bloody career out of following that woman. Hell, I probably know that bird better than she knows herself. It's the way she makes the colours dance. With most beats, you get these colourful flashes, and the world gets all wavy-like. But Borealis makes the Aurora dance like nothing I've ever seen. Her mods puts out a spectrum of colours that don't even exist. When she hits those high notes, and you're completely zoned, you don't just ride the wave, you steer it. Well, it's my opinion you don't deserve the years on your bloody head. Borealis's mods are an experience. Every note is like a set of hands lifting you up into the zone real gentle-like. And when it peaks, it's like you reached a whole new state of being.
Mate, there's no way in hell I'm giving you this. This slate brings me closer to her. As her biggest fan, I feel like I deserve to have it. I didn't steal anything. Borealis always says her music belongs to her fans. So I just took what was mine. Nah, I'll just cite the oldest law in the book. Finders, keepers. I'm not giving up this slate. Why would I part with the one? Really? Huh. As much as I hate... Okay, you can... But next time I stop by, I want to hear a mod so sick it beats the piss out of my brain. Good. If I want chill vibes, I head over to Euphorica. But Borealis works with any. Do you think I can get Borealis's up? This song's got... Do you think I can get a good song can play on repeat for hours, and it never gets old. If I want chill vibes, I head over to Euphorica. But Borealis works with any.
Pull up a chair and have a drink.
Got a second to chat? I'm in the market for a job that'll get me out of Neon. If you need some muscle in your crew, I might be your... I think so. I've never been on one before, but I'm a quick learner and I'm trained for combat. I hear the space lanes are getting more dangerous every day. It might be nice to have a tough chick around, right? Man, am I glad to hear. So, before we finalize, not everybody like... No, of course not. I wouldn't involve you in any kind of trouble. The gang's leaders know I'm planning to take a contract job off work. One of Neon's biggest gangs. We mostly operate in Ebside, like the Strikers. I understand.
Astral Lounge, Euphorica, blah, blah, blah. This place is where it's at.
You got an appointment? 'Cause if not, consider this area reserved. Only when I meet someone for the first time. I like to meet strangers in public for safety reasons. I'm sure you get it. So why not in my favorite bar? Oh yeah, Dalton's little errand runner. I've written up a program just for the occasion, but as Ryujin knows, it's yours for either a price or a favor. I'll be waiting. Back to business. I've written up a program just for the occasion, but as Ryujin knows, it's yours for either a price or a favor. And should he? Nothing's for free, you know. Cost is a given. While you're snooping around in the tower, I just need you to hit up one more workstation on the way. It's Camden Chose. Just run the same program on the slate I'll give you, and you're good. It's that simple. That's between me and another client. But you can bet if someone wants something in old Camden, it's not because they like him. Let's just say, it's nothing beyond something that Ryujin would do to anyone else. Suit yourself, so why don't we get back to that? Oh, I'm pretty... It is a really nice amount of credits. Maybe I am getting a little greedy here. Alright, you win. No wonder Ryujin hired you. A pleasure, as always. Your job is simple. Just run this little beauty on Ularu Chen's computer, and the program will take care of the rest. Once you're done, bring the slate back to me at my place. Whatever encryption Ularu has is bound to take some real work. More than my little setup here can handle. It's nice to see you know more than just sneaking around and talking a good game. Here's the slate. I'll be waiting. I never thought Directive Theta would see the light of day. At least not with Dalton in charge. Of course, it's the perfect arrangement for a man of my talents who enjoys his credits. Plus, I get the added perks of Neon Security looking the other way, not to mention Ryujin Tech. Benjamin Bayou and Ryujin Industries. It's the best relationship that never was. It's really nothing to be impressed by, just a standard program to filter through and copy anything and everything on a person's computer. It's like a glorified backup, but it's also going to run through any network files and find and restore any deleted files, all without leaving a single trace that was ever there. Well, the only one to lay claim to the deed, but after what I went through, I'm pretty sure it's just me. Dalton's the first one to offer up a real challenge. I felt I had to give credit where it was due. Have fun dealing with Ryujin Security. Good luck with security. I'm just glad I'm not...
Velocity's such a grab rush.
Hey, buddy, why don't you throw a few credits my way, huh? End up in the ocean? What the hell are you... Wait, no. He told me that everything was taken care of. Listen, you gotta hear me out. I never meant to do anything. It was an accident. A friend, an old buddy in security. But that's all you're getting from me. I'd rather take my chances with you than with him. Why else? I needed some creds for Aurora, and everyone knows he and his wife run that shitty little shop. All they do is rip people off. He was bound to have creds. I got in a fight with Thomas. I asked him for some creds, but the bastard wouldn't give me anything. Things got out of hand. He ended up falling off the upper platform. It was an accident, I swear. Then I called my buddy in security and told him what happened. He took care of everything after that. Hell no, I'm not doing that. I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a rat. Listen, I messed up, I know that. But nothing can change what's already done. Just let me go and I'll disappear forever. No one will ever see me again. No one even needs to know I'm alive. Just... come on, just let me go. Oh my God. You don't need to worry. No one will ever see me again. I swear it. I'll never come back. I swear.
stop in the name of the law? You don't belong here. I'm taking you down. You want to do this stuff? We're under attack. Light 'em up! It's not worth it! Making things harder for yourself.
Beginning combat protocol.
Stop running!
you take care of the right people, they take care of you. So, you made it. Guess Ryujin's security really is slipping. No one will ever take down Ryujin. It's a credit cache for Bayou. If anyone wanted to take down Ryujin, it'd take more money than anyone's willing to pay. Otherwise, Bayou would never allow it. Now, I'll take that program back that I gave you, and let's give the data a look. The program I gave you to run on Ularu's computer basically opens an all-access backdoor for me. I can see everything and anything, so let's take a look. Ularu has some impressive encryption on her files. Not that I can't crack it, of course. Circumventing protections, running decryption. This should just take a moment now. Damn, I'm good. That went faster than I thought. I'm saving several files to a slate for Dalton, including access history and anything related to Project Dominion. Adding in new encryption for him as well, so he's the only one that can view these. And done. You're all set. I've got the new encrypted slate. Let me tell you, it looks like fun times ahead for Ryujin. Technically, I'm not supposed to look, but it's kind of hard to not see what's going on while running all my software. Go ahead, I'd like to see him do anything about it. Besides, he knows it's not a risk where I'm concerned. As for you, you may want to loosen up a little. Straight-laced little whistleblowers have a tendency to either wind up dead or disappear. Here's the slate. As usual, always a pleasure doing business with Ryujin. Shouldn't you be on your way back to Dalton? Imogene's real good. I worked with her a lot in her days as a field op back when she was Alara's protege. According to the data, you can bet the relationship between those two is the key. If anyone could get Alara to make the slightest slip, it'd be Imogene. It's dead on if you want hard evidence. Dalton's problem, and yours I imagine, is that the people you're dealing with at Ryujin in that operations department are almost at my level. When it comes to data manipulation and covering tracks, they're royalty. The real question is how much of the evidence can be believed. Hey, I have a reputation to live up to here. The moment I start giving misinformation is when I get tossed off the platform. Tampering with these files doesn't benefit me at all. I screw Ryujin, I screw Bayou, who I also work for. I screw Bayou, I screw myself. I'm looking forward to seeing how this all pans out. Don't you have somewhere to be?
ignore me. I am no... I don't know. Whoa!
Better not be a waste. Then here I thought... If you, find anything else, make sure you bring it to me.
I assume you were successful. I didn't get any incident reports last night, so I applaud your work. I figured as much. Lucky for us, he doesn't have any motive to use this information against us. Now, let's see what we have here. I didn't think it was possible. But someone's been accessing Ularu's files remotely. It's quite a complicated trace, too. I'm impressed Nix was able to track all of this. Damn. And there's our culprit. Imogene Salzo, Senior Operations Specialist, and one of the few I had in mind for who could pull this off. Well, the motive could be anything. Credits, grudges, even boredom. Either that, or she's highly displeased with someone at the company. Well, before we make any harsh decisions, I'll need to question her myself. I want you to head to her office and escort her here. You have to make sure she doesn't try anything before I have a chance to speak with her. If she runs, the guilt will be apparent. And you'll have no choice but to dispose of her. As much as I'd like you to subdue her and bring her in, Imogene would never allow it. She knows what fate lies ahead for those who betray this corporation and get caught. I just want to avoid a scene. Sending you keeps the rumor mill at bay. Don't put anything past her. When you're dealing with corporate workers, discerning the truth from the lies is the hardest part. Imogene and I, even if she suspects anything, chances are low she'll make a scene. She's too smart for that. Remember, don't let her out of your sight once you find her. Remember, even if she suspects anything, chances are low she'll make a scene. She's too smart for that. Imogene and I have frequent discussions over security, so the request shouldn't raise any red flags. Remember, don't let her out of your sight once you find her.
My company's future might
riding on this thing.
Need something? Only that some drama went down during the security update. You know, the one where they kicked us all out of the building for a free day off. Security's keeping pretty tight-lipped about the whole thing. I'm betting they found some dirt on someone's personal computer. Either that, or someone was dumb enough to try and break in. You didn't hear this from me. Apparently, you asked me. I heard, congrats, Masako's been out. I heard we lost. Rumor is, he had a really pissed off ex that.
A gala at the New Atlantis for the Star.
Try not to harass my techs too much. They have work to do.
Let me guess. Looking for Imogene? I'm sure you can tell by now. She isn't here, which is a shame since I have several documents I need her to sign off on. She's always been the master of avoiding desk work. There are work skills and there are life skills. I can't help it if I have both. She hasn't stepped into the office since the maintenance closure, probably abusing her paid time off again. I know for a fact she doesn't have any external meetings or business trips. Well, that desk work is what keeps your cred stick full, and this company 2 steps ahead. So why are you looking for Imogene? Is she in trouble? Yeah, no thanks. Getting information out of Dalton is like talking to a wall. Besides, speculation is far more fun. I have Imogene's last location at Frankie's Grab and Go, which we all know is a front for the Sioka Syndicate. You'll want to get executive sign-off if you plan on chasing after her. I'd say Dalton is your best bet. Is there an echo in the room? Yeah, Frankie's is a front. Crap convenience store on the outside, high-tech hideout on the inside. Of course, the only people that really know that are Ryujin Bayu and the Syndicate itself. Your guess is as good as mine, but she's up to something. I could tell she was trying to cover her tracks, but this is my job. And there's a reason I'm in charge of the technicians here. Yeah, because bosses love it when you go around them. Have fun with that. Good luck finding Imogene. Oh, and if you do catch up with her, be sure to let her know I had everything to do with it. I'm serious about talking to Dalton. The man might lose his mind if he went into Frankie's without permission. I think of it as a hobby. What better way to keep my skills sharp than tracking Imogene? But before you go getting jealous, you should know by now that my team keeps an eye on pretty much everyone. Especially those within operations. What do you expect when you specialize in sabotage? Of course she does, because she's good at her job. That's why I respect her. Touché. To be frank, I don't expect anyone here to trust me either. And if they did, they wouldn't last long. Trust can lead to a carelessness that we can't afford. Imogene, like myself, is trusted for one thing and one thing only: to get results. Time and dedication don't mean much around here. And loyalty? Even less. Well, I feel thoroughly distracted now. Let's hope I can still get some work done today. If you dove right into the Syndicate's hideout, those consequences are going all the way up to Misako. They aren't just some random street gang like the Strikers or Disciples. They have ties to Bayu, which means they have ties to us. Head to Bayu Plaza and go down the alley by Enhance. Once you see sleep crates, hang a left and you're there. The Syndicate is probably the biggest gang here in Neon, controlled by Benjamin Bayu himself. Of course, that's not a widely known fact. Most of the Syndicate only know him as an anonymous figurehead. We've used them on occasion ourselves. They're helpful when it comes to tying up loose ends or if you need a few extra guarantees.
I better do. Supply chain disruptions in the Cheyenne system. Mr. Joe won't be happy about that.
Something you need? I heard. Masako's been. I heard we lost one of our key informants. Ularu's pretty livid about it, and has the techs digging into who's responsible. Rumor is, he had a really pissed off ex that finally got her revenge.
Don't cause any trouble.
No Imogene, I see. Could she really be onto us already? A good question. But with her abilities and connections, the possibilities are too many to speculate on right now. We need to find her first, and address that issue afterward. Great. I can only assume she'll be well prepared when you find her. If Imogene's with the Syndicate, I can't just send you after her. You'll need to speak with Benjamin Bayou. We have to make sure he's aware of the situation. If we're lucky, he may even help us get to Imogene. Bayou owns the Sioka Syndicate. For you to walk in there without discussing it with him first could be seen as a violation of our business relationship. This is not a choice. It's an order. Head over to the trade tower and be discreet. Let Bayou know that you're there on Ryujin's behalf. He may ask for credits or even a favor. Just give him what he wants. You're right. If he asks for anything, tell him I'll guarantee to support his fundraising proposal. You'll know what that means. Just be sure to bring her back here in one piece. If she's truly the mole, she'll have a lot to answer to. If she resists or tries to run, we have no choice but to take it as an admission of guilt. I'm afraid you'll have to dispose of her. Matters like these are handled within the corporation. The information we're dealing with is too sensitive for law enforcement, and their security leaves much to be desired. It wouldn't be long before the information was either leaked to the press or sold to yet another competitor. The risk of Imogene continuing to operate as a traitor is too high. If we don't dispose of her now, she could cause a great deal of harm to this company. She knows the consequences of betraying Ryujin, which makes her dangerous. If the situation does take a turn for the worst, I only ask that you perform a thorough search for any evidence she may have in her possession. I trust you won't let your past relationship cloud your judgment. Even if she suspects anything, chances are low she'll make a scene. She's too smart for that. I don't know. I want to believe she's innocent, but trust isn't something we put much faith in when it comes to security. It's more of a negotiation than a fundraiser. Fundraiser is just the easy-to-swallow name for it. But it's how we maintain cooperation between Ryujin and Neon to ensure success for both. Basically, an exchange of goods and services. I disapprove of the general practice, and Bayou knows it. Benjamin Bayou is the administrator of Neon. He runs this town, and controls almost everything in it. The only exception is Ryujin Industries, but only due to how mutually beneficial our relationship has been. It's a delicate situation. Bayou could make things very difficult for us if we crossed him. I highly doubt the administrator's involved. If he knew we were dealing with a mole that might threaten Ryujin's success, he'd be taking less subtle measures to dispose of them. That, and I have no doubt we would have heard from him by now. Imogene and I...
Thanks again for your assistance. Until next time.
Can I need something? I may not be on the main strip, but I make enough to keep me afloat. Lucky for me, my regulars are a devoted crew. Mostly tied up in those good-for-nothing gangs. Those disciples and strikers always fighting over who gets to run the place, and not giving a damn over whose lives they ruin. Solomon thought a small convenience store with cheaper prices would make a killing. Of course, the only killing made was when he got himself shot in a robbery. Now it's just me running this place, so you can see why I'm not a huge fan of strangers in my shop. Never heard of them. Now, are you gonna buy something or just annoy me all day? How am I supposed... I'm glad you understand. I'm not an I hear you. You just won't give up, will you? Yeah, I know Headlock can't stand them. And I heard some of the other Sioka can't either. That boy doesn't know how to keep himself out of trouble. What'd he do this time? He's a customer. You're not here to interrogate me, so let's get back on track. You are so ignorant. They're not all bad apples like Headlock. In any case, if you're so desperate to find him, he and his friends are probably hanging out in Warehouse 4 or somewhere near there. I gotta ask, what are you gonna do with him? I have no affection for him whatsoever. He's a good-for-nothing thug, and a boastful one at that. I wouldn't mind seeing him get smacked around and put in his place. But that doesn't mean I think he should be killed. That's one way to punish him. You'll just bore him to death. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a business to get back to. If you aren't gonna buy anything, you better run along. See for yourself. Come again. Whoa, whoa. Where do you think you're going? Employees only. Do you see a public rec... Now, why don't you tell me what you really want? I know for a fact that young lady doesn't want to be disturbed. So why don't you take a hike? Still here.
Annoying.
Hey, no funny stuff without respect. Feeling the music? Hey there, what's up? A fan, really. Although, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. They can get pretty possessive. Doesn't matter if it's my things or my time. And I pay it too often. Sometimes I just want to quit all this and make music for me. But that doesn't keep the aurora flowing or the lights on. So, we make do. But, sounds like it all worked out in the end. I've got my slate, which means the people will get their trip. Inspiration's like a wave. Sometimes, it's hard to catch it before the break. That's what this slate is. A still wave. A feeling frozen in time. And I appreciate you bringing it back to me. Yeah, it looked like nothing was downloaded, or tampered with. I'm almost glad it was taken by a fan instead of a competitor. Would have been awful to lose that thing. I was working on a brand new concept piece about floating into the center of existence. I'm not feeling it yet. I'm still working out the last few sections, but eventually I'll give it a spin in the Astral Lounge. Thanks again for finding that thing. Next time, I'll try and keep an eye on it. Sound safe.
I don't recall sending for anyone. What do you want? It's been a very beneficial partnership. As long as we continue to look out for our mutual interests, I can't complain. No. You can always make time when it comes to an old friend. So, what would be the reason? I may consider Ryujin an ally, but Dalton especially knows I don't give anything blindly. Believe me, he's going to hear about this. As far as I'm concerned, the Syndicate can tear you apart the moment you set foot in there. Now get out of my lounge before I have you escorted. Your superiors are going to owe me to make up for your actions here. Next time, don't...
Hope you're enjoying the music at the louds. Feeling the music? A fan. They can get pretty. I get that. There's definitely a lot. But sounds inspirational. That's what this light is. See you on the flip.
Is there a type of weapon called?
I don't recall sending for anyone. It's been a very... No. So... as long as it doesn't involve the Syndicate members themselves... I'll tell you what. I'll make sure the Syndicate lets you in hassle-free. Provided you do a little something for me. You sure you don't want to rethink that statement? You could waltz in there, take care of whatever business you may have, and leave of your own free will. All you need to do is take care of a little detour along the way. It's a win-win, if you ask me. One of the Syndicate leaders, Kumio, has a slate with some information on it that's better off in my hands. Agree to bring it to me, and you've got yourself a deal. Well, that's too bad. As for the Syndicate, don't expect them...
Feeling the music? Criminal to sound right. A fan. They can get pretty. Yeah, it's not all bad. But inspirational. That's what this is. Hope you enjoy the show.
Be careful if you run into this.
I don't recall sending... It's been a very beneficial... No. So... as long as it doesn't... I'll tell you what. Excellent. One of the Syndicate leaders, Kumio, has a slate with some information. Isn't that why we're here? To make each other's lives easy? Check in with Ms. Moore at Frankie's. I'll send word along that you're to be expected, so she shouldn't give you any trouble. Fair warning. The Syndicate should let you search any common areas. But if Kumiho catches you snooping around her own quarters for that slate, I'll just say, be prepared for some hostilities. Should any misfortune, we're done here.
Get out of my face. You wanna gawk at something? Take it.
Didn't I tell you to get lost? What's it take to get you to leave? Oh, you're the one getting special treatment. Huh. I've got one rule for you in there, so it shouldn't be hard to remember. 3rd floor is off limits. They catch you snooping around. I'm more of an honorary member. I let them take up residence in the back, keep things looking legit. They keep this business afloat, so finances don't keep me up at night. It ain't a threat if it's a rule, now is it? Don't worry, she wouldn't be allowed up there either. For the record, I'm only granting you access because I have to. You'll find that young lady you're looking for holed up in a room almost straight ahead. Just remember to keep your eyes on the prize. The less you consider this an open house, the better. Be quick about your doors open.
I'm watching. No funny business.
Back? Oh, you try anything? You're dead.
No funny business.
I figured our paths would cross sooner or later. Not that I thought I was safe, but I never expected anyone to just slip by us. I had a feeling you'd be the one to come after me. You stay in this business long enough, you get enough favors and connections that can help you see anything coming. Nix owed me a favor and gave me the heads up. Yes and no, but mostly no. Just hear me out, okay? Yeah? And I didn't look guilty before based on those files you got from Nix? Ularu set me up. Yes. I've been acting as a double agent, but because she ordered me to. The assignment was meant to deceive, not benefit. And Project Dominion is way above my pay grade. It'd be impossible for me to deliver it. At least, intentionally. You're trusting me on this one. Huh. Not to cast doubt on myself, but I fully expected to push my persuasion skills to the limit. As much as I love your faith in people, a trait like that can get you killed. If this all works out in my favor, we'll have to work on that. This slate holds the evidence to prove my innocence. I just need you to make sure Dalton sees it. I won't forget it. And I have a feeling you wouldn't let me anyway. I'm going to stay here and lay low until I know where Dalton and Masako stand. In the meantime, I know you don't hear it too often, but thank you. I had a feeling you'd be the one to come after. I know this doesn't look good, but I had no choice. Ularu set me up. Yes, I've been acting, and Project Dominion. Of course. But first you have to understand, she used me to play an unwitting part in this, so I'm the one that takes the fall. That's why I said it'd be impossible for me to intentionally pull this off. I'm not the one with motive here. First, I'm not about to reboot my life. Second, I'm not spending the rest of my life looking over my shoulder for the next field op they'd send after me. The only load of crap is me being guilty. Think about it. An internal neuroamp that can theoretically control other people? If the evidence points to me, it's because Ularu used it to set me up. What better way to frame someone than to take control of their mind and have them actually perform the actions? Because she knows I'm the most believable target. I'm the only one at Ryujin with the skills to even come close to being able to pull off a job like this. Power, of course. Corporations maintain their success by any means necessary, but there are some measures Masako is reluctant to take. You may have noticed that none of your assignments directly involve murder. Masako reserves those actions only when it's absolutely necessary. Ularu sees this as a sign of weakness that needs to be dealt with. That's what makes it dangerous. No one would believe it. So, if Ryujin keeps this tech a secret, suddenly every deal, every legal matter, every little thing is going to go their way. Yes, it's what the technology does, and it explains why the evidence against me is so solid. Come to think of it, it also explains a few strange bouts of disorientation I've been having the past few months. I know it doesn't look good, but that's exactly why I've been gathering my own evidence. Ularu has the skill to pull this off, but she's also been behind the desk for years now. I knew she'd miss something. This slate holds all the evidence against her. I just need you to deliver it to Dalton. It's the only way I can prove I'm innocent. Nix's contract limits his investigation to Ularu's computer and her network activity. I hacked into building security and was able to recover deleted records of her accessing the Project Dominion prototype. I guarantee the third-party company Dalton is using for his security directive Theta won't even notice it. I can't do that. The moment I step in that building, Dalton will lock me up, and Ularu will be on high alert. You really are naive when it comes to corporate culture. Once I'm back at Ryujin, Ularu will be looking to tie up any loose ends. So I can stay here and deal with you, or I can go back and deal with her. Which is why I'm hoping you'll take this evidence to Dalton. Of course you do. Look, if you just bring this slate to Dalton, I'm sure he'll understand. But if I go with you, everything is ruined. It's your choice. I was hoping you would. I'm still going to lay low until I hear the code. As long as Ularu still thinks I'm on the run, she'll... And I know... I can't believe I didn't see this coming. If Dalton really believes I'm involved in this, then I'm on the run. I hate the idea of uprooting my life, but I'd have no choice at that point. And Ularu will probably send every operative she believes capable after me. Extremely dangerous and way too powerful for human consumption. Obviously, the benefits to Ryujin would be infinite, but as Ularu herself has proven, no one should be trusted with that kind of power. Ularu wants Masako gone, but she doesn't have a legitimate reason to get the board to fire her. Instead, Ularu creates the very situation we're in now to make her look bad. The board sees Masako as a risk and votes her out. And with the Project Dominion prototype at her disposal, Ularu can guarantee they'll make her the next CEO. Oh, great. That'll be just what I need if this all blows over. Let's just hope she keeps her mouth shut on this one. The last thing I need is to be the highlight of office gossip when I get back. Well, that, and she'll never let me forget it. I always believed it.
You try anything, you're dead. I'm watching you.
back off.
I hope this means we're back to business as usual. Hope you're a pain. Better have credits to spend. You have your info. Let's get to it.
Watch out.
Is there a type of weapon common?
Ryujin's latest returns. I trust you've got what I wanted? I'm as careful as they come. Next time, you should consider who you're dealing with. I'm willing to let your comments slide since you came through, and the slate is now in good. But in the future, I suggest you learn a few manners. The alternative wouldn't have benefited anyone. Now, I expect Dalton to send me any updates on this little situation of his. He knows I don't like surprises. The slate should keep Syndicate... Well, that was riveting.
Hello. Hope you're feeling well today. What can Reliant Medical do for you? All right. Not so bad, really. Okay. There. This is all I have right. Try not to get hurt out there.
We need to move some merch. This is the place. If it's too hot. You got the money.
Well, look who's back. So tell me, what did you find out? Inside the Syndicate? That area's off limits, and I think we both know why. Imogene knew exactly what she was doing when she went there. If you think I'm paying for that information, think again. It's just a matter of time before it finds its way onto my desk, and I can be a very patient person. I had a feeling you'd say that. Enjoy your time with Dalton. It'll all trickle back to me sooner or later. Interesting chat, Op. I look forward to seeing it.
Ryujin certainly spared no expense on their executive.
You're back. And Imogene? So you did find her, and yet failed to bring her in. I'm looking forward to this explanation. Of course. We've scrubbed security footage and run through access card permissions and found nothing. The project itself is an enormous security risk, but our lead R&D engineer, Vina Kara, has been working on ways to mitigate this. Yes, at least your assignment wasn't a complete waste of time. Evidence against Ularu. I hope Imogene realizes if she truly wants to back this up, she'll need to contact us at some point. Now, I need to undertake the laborious task of writing up a report to summarize all of this. In the meantime, Masako has requested your presence in R&D. She wants you to meet her in Vinakara's office. Vina's the head of our research and development team. She's the creator of Project Dominion, and often considered the protege of Ray Karis, Ryujin's founder. Just take the elevator down to research and development. You'll find Dr. Kara's office to your left as you enter the floor. Masako's been focusing on how to deal with Infinity Ltd. And their knowledge of Project Dominion. I believe her plans rely heavily on you. Not that I enjoy it, but I wouldn't trust anyone but myself with these reports as it is. I'd head down to R&D if I were you. Are you really going to keep Masako waiting?
Got my eye on you.
I need that Rothicite if we want to complete the neuroamp.
I'm just concerned the entire station was wiped out by... something.
Don't worry, we'll figure it out and get that shipment back. Good, you're here. It's time to put a plan in motion to take full control of this situation with Infinity Ltd. The mole took priority. Now that Dalton has everything he needs, thanks to you, we're free to proceed. We don't know to what extent Infinity has taken the current neuroamp schematics, so our top priority is completing our own. Let me introduce you to Vina Kara, Head of Research and Development. She'll give you the initial details.
Yes, details. You see, the internal neuroamp is supposed to consist of two parts. The first part, the part Infinity stole, handles the manipulative effects. The second part is a shielding modification, designed to protect the user against other neuroamp users. Well, we can't, but the shielding aspect was never officially a part of Project Dominion. It was an afterthought of how to safeguard our own people from being manipulated, so it was being researched separately as a mod. The research itself was in early stages, too early for board approval, so only myself, DeMarcus, and Masako know about it. Big time. We'd be the only ones unaffected.
No one wants their greatest asset used against them. Once Vina can complete the internal neuroamp and shielding mod, The plan is to outfit you with both and have you infiltrate Infinity Ltd. We can't risk the assignment until we know your mind has the necessary protection. You're a Ryujin employee, and we need a job done. We've trusted you this far, so I feel it's safe to continue the trend. We expect our employees to do whatever it takes to ensure Ryujin's success. Consider this an opportunity, not a risk. Besides, you're in good hands with Vina. As long as you work for us, you don't have a choice. I'm sure I don't have to remind you where the door is if you're not capable of handling this task.
You really don't have anything to worry about. The procedure is simple and safe. It's just a matter of getting the right materials. The final kink in both designs was finding compatible materials to use for conductivity that the human body wouldn't reject. I've finally created the perfect alloy, but it requires a newly discovered refined element called rothicite.
Which is where I come in. We have a confidential contract with Consolidated Mining to gather, refine, and ship the rothicite straight to us. Their last shipment is late, and neither we nor Consolidated Mining have had any communication with the Carinae station. My thoughts exactly.
We need you to head out there, secure the shipment, and bring it back here so Vina can complete her prototype. And I want to know what happened. We need to take any safety measures to make sure this doesn't happen again. Precisely why we're sending you.
The mining station is CM Station RC-1. It's on a moon called Carinae 3A in the Carinae system. The shipment should be in the research and control tower, but the outside doors are kept locked down. This keycard will let you enter the mines so you can access the tower from the inside. Good luck.
We can't lose that shipment. I fear the worst for the people on that station. Your top priorities are securing a shipment of refined rothicite and finding out what happened to that mining station. If the shipment has been moved, I want you to use every resource to relocate it and report back with any information you find along the way. Once the shipment is secure, bring it back here at once and deliver it to Vina. We want her to complete her prototype as soon as possible. Consolidated Mining is one of the oldest and most trusted mining companies in the settled systems. As their name may suggest, they were created when several smaller companies came together in order to compete with the dominating names at the time, like Argos. They grew their business on dependability and service, and still retain those qualities today. Of course, but our technicians don't have the skills that our operatives do. We like to keep them limited to populated areas, not lone mining stations.
I met the station personnel on an inspection walkthrough. They're good people. I pray for their safety. I'm positive it's mercenaries of some sort. Crimson Fleet, Ecliptic, maybe even Spacers. Just be prepared. Ammo, medpacks, whatever it takes. Whoever's there isn't going to be known for subtlety. The main area you're looking for is a research and control tower. It's the tallest section of the station, so you can't miss it. But like I said, it's locked down pretty tight from the outside. That keycard will get you into the mine through the lower barracks, where you can take an elevator up to reach the tower. I'm the supply chain manager in operations, so all these computers and equipment are courtesy of yours truly. It's certainly not as glamorous as overseeing the technicians and operatives, but the job is equally important if you ask me. All right, back to work.
I hate to think about what might have happened on the station. Designed and developed right here. Remarkable, aren't they? I wish I could have been Ray DeCaris the day she first perfected the technology. She laid the groundwork that DeMarcus and I base all of our current designs on. Oh, DeMarcus is my chief engineer, by the way. He's the only person here who can keep up with me, but don't let him know that. It'll go straight to his head. Don't tell me you don't know the name of Ryujin's founder. Ray DeCaris created Ryujin Industries with Itaru Saito back in 2307. She developed the very first neuroamp just a few years later, laying the foundation for this corporation. I had the honor of working under her a few short years before she retired and entrusted me with R&D. That's right. I'm Dr. Vina Kalra, Head of Research and Development. I oversee everything that goes on around here, from neuroamp development to weapon testing. Do me a favor and watch your step out there on the floor, okay? DeMarcus and the engineers work with a lot of dangerous equipment and chemicals. And as much as I'd love to test some of our experimental tech on human subjects, that requires special approvals. The one and only. It was one of the first projects I proposed as Head of Research and Development, so Project Dominion is like my baby. Funny story. The concept started off as a joke DeMarcus made, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized that this was just the challenge I was looking for. For you, it'll be like going into a deep, relaxing sleep, and then waking up feeling refreshed and invigorated. For me, it'll be a few hours of laser-focused skill. I like to think of neurosurgery as an art form. Honestly, it's going to be fine. Zero downtime, no projected side effects. You're gonna love it. It's a very rare element that appears to be unique to the moon Carinae 3A. With the right purity in combination with other metals, the alloy is completely compatible with an amazing level of conductivity and no degradation. It's basically the ace up our sleeve for neuroamps. I'm always happy to chat about my work.
Captain, identified. Acknowledged. Deploying explosive process. Increase in accuracy training. No longer detecting hostile activity. Required explosive solution. System. Note. Captain, prone to losing enemies. Increasing intimidation variable. Alert. Grenade out. Beginning enemy obituary. Combat efficacy lowered. Dispose of killing weight to increase effectiveness. Increasing shoulder rotation speed. Terminated, lost, or later repaired. Recommending increase in accuracy. Grenade out. Counting. Compiling potential. Hit detected. Recommending increase in accuracy.
Warning. Self-destruct sequence has been initiated. General, we need to talk. It's about our earlier discussion.
With all due respect, Admiral, I believe I was clear the last time you brought up this harebrained scheme. In fact, I believe the word cockamamie was used with good reason.
You didn't use either of those words.
Well, I should have. It's a suicide mission.
General, there won't be another opportunity like this. The longer we wait, the more both sides can recoup their forces. But I also agree. We don't have the personnel or the firepower. So we need something to up our game. Increase our troops, bolster our weaponry, and speed our production.
And I suppose you're gonna drop a curtain and show me this weapon of mass efficiency you've been working on?
Not a weapon. Something better. Our miners dug it up on a remote moon. We can't place its origins, but we're starting to get a grasp on what it does.
Shiny. And what, pray tell, does it do?
We're not entirely sure. It's not like any other alloy in the known universe. But given its allotropic nature, it can bind to almost anything.
In English, Admiral?
The engineers think it might help with our production and personnel problems, but it's still mostly theoretical. Exit immediately, or risk fatal harm. Warning. Self-destruct sequence has been initiated. Please evacuate to a minimum safe distance.
Get into cover! Warning. Self-destruct sequence has been initiated. Please proceed to the nearest exit. Warning. Self-destruct sequence has been initiated. All personnel must evacuate.
Evacuation underway. Warning. Self-destruct has been initiated. All personnel must evacuate.
Optimal arm.
Warning. Self-destruct sequence has been initiated. Exit immediately or risk fatal harm. Warning. Self-destruct sequence initiated. Exit immediately or risk fatal harm. Warning. Self-destruct sequence has been initiated. Please proceed to the nearest exit.
Seek and destroy. Attempting to reestablish.